Hello everybody, welcome back to Dominions 5. We are playing a Disciple game with a bunch of other YouTubers, and I am playing as Eriu. My Disciple is Vanheim, and this is turn 1. So, welcome. Let's take a look at our map. This is a just 4-way wraparound map. This is us. This is my Disciple is Vanheim, and we are... And the map has been arranged so that every pair of nations is starting relatively close to each other, so we should have contiguous borders and whatnot. Eriu starts with now, interestingly, it doesn't seem to have my turn, or I don't know, my orders don't seem to be here, but well, no, the recruitment seems to be here, but somehow the movement, or the I don't know why I didn't move my scout, basically. You can't profit. It's a Disciples game. We start with slingers and long spears. So pretty crap. We are going to be recruiting a bunch of Sea Lords because they're awesome, I hope. The truth is I have very little experience with sort of pony nations in general. And so I'm bound to make many mistakes, but that's what we're doing. We can afford 3 Sacreds on our first turn, so we will recruit them, and we can fill in with a few more Slingers. And that's pretty much it. Meanwhile, Vanheim is, he's actually blind expanding on the first turn, so we'll see the results of that in the next turn. Why don't we take, since this is the first turn, why don't we take a quick look at a few things. Let's look at the thrones. So not a lot of thrones, but there's a good mix of different levels. So the 2 level 3s are the Throne of Abundance, which adds sloth, but a lot of gold and a lot of gems. And we already have sloth scales, so it wouldn't affect us too much. We have, and there's also the Throne of Eternal Suffering, which gives you order, productivity, and misfortune. So that's actually pretty good. And then, let's see, Throne of the First Stage increases magic, so that's nice. And less troops get magic resistance. Fortune, Dominion gets more luck, sure. Gaia, we get growth and nature gems, all right. And knowledge allows you to recruit these sages. These are S1 guys, 2 recruitment points. These are slow to recruit, 300 gold. They're pretty epic researchers, but they also have like ultimate variability, right? You can get anything, any kind of weird combination you could potentially get with these guys. So this is actually a pretty cool throne to have. And then our level 1 thrones, we have Second Age, which gives strength to the blessed troops. War gives attack and morale. Pestilence is the only bad one here. Dominion gets death, and then Might gets more strength. So overall, pretty good thrones. Something to mention though is that neither of our nations have any H3s, so the only way to claim a throne is for the either the Disciple to do it, or later you can get like Bishop Fish or something if we take a water province. My pretender, he could teleport because he has astrals, so I could teleport him onto a throne and claim it that way, which isn't a bad thing because he's a rainbow pretender and he'd want to search it anyways. Anyway, so that's it. And then why don't we take a look at the not nation overview, the pretenders of the world. So this is us, My Little Pony. So these names are like obviously you choose the name, but then the Disciple name is kind of randomly generated. I think ours wins. So his is Tiny Pony Disciple, he who heard My Little Pony first. I think that is a pretty awesome name for a Disciple. We also have, though this one's also pretty good, Bon Jovi, and then King Kong, the mouth of Bon Jovi. That is, I have to admit, also pretty awesome. Then we have Ashdod is Mr. Ed the Talking Horse, followed by Wilbur Post, Guardian of the Vestibule of Mr. Ed the Talking Horse. All right. And then we have Team America, Freedom, Liberty in all caps, and their Disciple, Bald Eagle's Scream, the slaver of Team... That's kind of ironic. The slaver of Team America, Freedom, Liberty. Okay. And then we have Samog, XXX, Stop Hitting Yourself, XXX, and their disciple, Samog, Sephiroth, Weed Lord, Goku 420, Lover of Samog, XXX, Stop Hitting Yourself, XXX. Alright. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue, but sure. Okay, that's pretty much it. So our cap has 5 provinces surrounding it. We're not going to blind expand because this is garbage. And we're going to wait until the next turn. I don't know why I didn't move my skip. Oh well. So actually, let me load that up right now because we're going to do 3 turns per episode. So, turn 2. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. So now we see what is around. We have Amazons to our north. That's nice. However, they can wreck your shit if you're not careful when you expand because the Pegasus Riders usually fly and attack and they often kill your commanders if you're not very careful. So Lion Tribe is easy. That's good. But there's like a bunch of them. And Wolf Tribe is not too hard. However, one of the problems is, so these guys, well, generally are sacreds. What they have going for them is their glamour. And one of the ways to fight glamour is archers. Archer spam is pretty good against glamour because it can knock it off before the troops get into range. So they're not amazing for expansion. And then we have a pile of horse tribes. So yeah, that's unfortunate. So fortunately, we have a forest province with some militia. So we're going to take that first. Also, it's nice because it should give us some... usually forest provinces have high resources, and we're a tiny bit resource starved early on to get our sacreds going. So that's what we're going to do. So we are taking our guys. They're all being led by Pony the First. In terms of research, we kind of lucked out. We got 2 enchantment and 1 alteration for free at the beginning. Now, enchantment is usually something I wouldn't go for right at the beginning. I mean, obviously, yes, I do want to have, for example, if you can get personal regeneration off on your guys, that's amazing. But my guys are N1, so that's not, if I can give them a gem for that, but then they get tired. It's complicated. This would be great if I was trying to thug out like my cap only, the expensive guy who has Air 3, Nature 2. But it does mean that we have flight. So we can do flight and then attack rear. Not that we need it, we could attack rear along the sides, but sometimes this is the safer way to do it. And also it means that if your guys are going to retreat, then they retreat safely. Because, I mean, they don't retreat through the battlefield, they just fly away. So that's also a good thing. And we got alteration, and alteration is what we want to go for first, because in alteration we will find mirror image. And then we will also find mist form. And well, yeah, that's what we want. But there's other good stuff, like obviously elemental fortitude and protection. And well, barkskin is here. We already have barkskin, so not bad to start with. So our script is blessing, barkskin, flight, attack rear, and these guys are just attacking crap. So that's our first. That's what we're doing. Meanwhile, Vanheim was successful in his blind expand, so lucky him. He didn't have anything too scary. So this is what he starts with. So he has spear plus javelin, and then axe plus javelin, much better than my guys. And he ends up fighting sort of a typical militia, heavy infantry type of deal. Oh, his commander is being very brave. That was a mistake. But axes are good. And axes... So I think these guys were on hold and attack rear. Or these guys were on attack rear, and these were on like fire or whatever. So he takes a lot of casualties because they kind of run up and fight all the melee together. However, the rest of his guys chop up the militia and heavy infantry after the first squad had already done so, and they cause the Indies to rout. So he's successful. However, he does take some casualties. So he loses 8 of his guys. But he got his first turn expend off. So that's it for turn 2. Let me load up turn 3. Okay, let's look at our expansion battle. I have my... Yeah, Guard Slingers. This is what we're fighting. Almost the same thing as he was fighting. So in hindsight, I don't think the bark skin is too necessary. I think here you either get hit or you don't. I mean, 18 protection is, I guess, good versus indies. And so I hold an attack rear. And my melee has crushed the militia, but the heavy infantry is eating up my long spears, and I have not yet caused a rout. And, you know, part of me is thinking, like, well, if this guy didn't waste his time doing barkskin, he might have killed these, he might have killed the commanders sooner, and that might have caused this rout sooner, and that might have caused these guys not to murder all of my dudes before routing. So we take a lot of casualties here. Again, I unfortunately didn't have a lot of time to practice with Eriu, so I'm not 100% sure what the best expansion tactics are. Clearly I was doing this wrong. But they also just have really shitty troops. So yeah, that was too bad. Also, they had like 3 commanders and 12 heavy infantry. Whatever. Mistakes were made. Then, let's look at Van's battle. He now has some Vans. So, yeah. Vans are good. Also, but this province was tiny, so it's not surprising. Yeah, he had like a tiny amount. Again, though, it was a little risky in the sense that it was heavy cav, but I think from from 2 turns of, or from 1 term of scouting report, it was just so tiny that he figured maximum there are like 10 heavy calves or 8 heavy calves, and you know, probably listed, I didn't check last turn, but it might have listed like infantry and heavy cav, and so he could guess that the maximum was going to be 6 or 7, and he was confident his Vans were going to take that on. So his risk paid off, so good for him. Then we lose gold in an unexpected event, because we have fortune scales. So Vanham has taken this. Next, we are heading into this province. We have the survivors, and I have my original commander. He's going to take these reinforcements, and that's it. I don't have a lot of gold, so I can't really afford to be recruiting all of my sacreds and my ponies until I get more gold cleared around me. And unfortunately, none of these provinces have high gold income. Unlike Van here, who has like 87, 60, 34, I'm dealing with, actually 73 is not bad, we're going to get it next turn, but 33, 36, yeah. So this is going to be a scrappy fight, but we've got 6 sacreds plus our guy, and so because these guys have very low numbers, we are just doing attack closest, and we're all going to attack together to hopefully smash and cause a rout early on. Because I have a bad feeling that if I just attack rear with the commander, then this front line might actually collapse. Because the wolf tribe has a lot of archers, and so they might proc the glamour, and then these guys, I don't know, I'm afraid. Yeah, so they're all on guard commander. They're on guard commander because there's fewer than 5 of them, and I don't want them to get to rout due to the extra morale checks. So they're all on guard commander, which stops that from happening, and then it's just attack closest. And they're all in a big pile together. And I put one random guy up here to hopefully draw the attention of somebody. These guys too, they're kind of sacrificial. We'll see. So that is the plan. I made a cheap researcher last time, so he's going to slowly start chipping away at alteration, and that is all there is to it. So that's it for this episode, the first 3 turns. I will be recording and releasing the other videos gradually over time as the game progresses, and I look forward to showing the rest of the game to you guys. So that's it for now. See you guys later. Take care.